What's up, everyone? Today I'm going to try to put some green stuff on the layout, and it looks like we got John with Schuylkill River Valley here. So hey, John, how's it going, bud? So the first thing I need to do, I got one base coat on the hills. I'm going to have to put a second base coat on it, but as we put the paint on there, I've got some other things that we're going to mix in while that paint's wet. So first thing I got to do, I got my paint. So we're going to open that up and give it a really good mixture. Yeah. And use a good paint stirrer. Yeah, John, I'm doing pretty good. Hey, Dwight, how's it going? Dwight Curley. And we got Kyle Stevens here as well. So welcome, guys. So yeah, first thing I gotta do is get this paint really, really good and mixed. If you was to ask me what color this paint is, I don't know. When I was first learning how to do scenery, and I've had this paint for several years. Hey, Jerry Satterelli. When I went to the hobby shop and told Craig, I was like, I'm wanting to do scenery. He said the first thing you need is a base paint. And he didn't even really tell me what color it is. But he just went to the local hardware store and had me one mixed up. So, hey, Ethan Armitage, and I think I saw Rail Artists in here too. So welcome, guys. And so yeah, I have no clue what this color is called, but it's kind of like a, I don't know, it's some type of tan per se. So hey, Tim, CP368 Productions. Birthday rail fanning. Today's your birthday, Tim? If it is, happy birthday to you. But I'm not going to sing to you. You might get lucky, and if you tell Ray that your birthday is tonight, he might sing for you on Sidetrack Sunday. But I'm not going to do that. And if you don't tell Ray, then I will make sure that he knows. So, all right, I feel like that's good mixed up right now. So I'm going to try to get as much paint back in the thing. So that way I don't have to throw my stick away. Hey, JT1. All right, so like I said, that is the color. I do not know exactly what the paint code is for that color, but that's the color that I use. Tim, I will be honest with you. I have not watched a lot of videos, especially this past week. Man, my life is starting to get really, really, really hectic, and it seems like the month of September has not been a good month. Had 3 things go wrong this month, or not right. 2, which is in my control to fix. 1 that's really not in my control to fix. So, Rail Artist, close. It's a satin. So that I can tell you. It does say satin. And this is an acrylic latex. Pastel base. PPG Speed Hide. Paint's pretty good. It's not a bad paint. I know it's old because now I'm starting to get a little rust around the top of the can, but I mean, what can you do, right? So, all right. So let's get this moved. We're going to have to move some cameras and stuff around so that way we can get up there because my tripod is not tall enough and I'm not trying to get paint on myself. So let's get that up there first. All right, so the things that I'll be using, I've got 3 different colors of primers. This is a Rust-Oleum. So as I paint, I'm going to be mixing these in. So the first color I've got is called a Coastal Gray. So I'll use that. got a cinnamon, and these are all satin. Yeah, these are all satin, by the way. But cinnamon, it's a good earth tone, kind of for that red clay type look to it. Hey, Jigger, what's going on, buddy? And then the other color I'm using is nutmeg. And so as I paint the colors in there, then I'm going to do some little, quick sprays on it and go from there. As far as flocking goes, I am going to be using a green blend of Woodland Scenics blended turf. Let's see, I've got 2 colors of underbrush. So we're going to go with a light green, light green and a medium green. So paint above that is too shiny for underlayment. Right. Well, satin is under semi-gloss, so that it's not as shiny. So satin is probably the best to go. And then we got some bushes in dark green. Could I be tree beard? Maybe, Eric. Who knows? Hey, Ramon, welcome. And then the other stuff I've got is this Flock and Turf by Scenic Express. Doesn't really say exactly what it is, but it's got some of this brown stuff in there. And I was thinking about that might be some good stuff to use as like pine cones for like a pine tree. Loblollies has lots of pine cones in it. So I'm thinking that might be, a good mix. So one of the things I am going to have to go and grab is some paper because we do want to protect the backdrop. So let me grab some of that real quick after I get the camera set up. Hey, Lynn McCurdy, what's going on, buddy? So if y'all get sick, I apologize because I'm having to collapse the legs up so that way I can get the camera moved up high. Here we go. To stir the chili and get another whiskey and ginger. That sounds good. Make sure you save one for me there, Rail Artist. That would be nice. All right, got one more leg. Sorry if I'm making you a little seasick. All right, last one going in, and let's see, we're going to go up. Here we go. So now y'all can see the beautiful corner right there. All right, so that should do that. Let me get some paper. All right, we got paper. And I'm going to need a step stool because I'm short as heck. And we're going to climb up in here. Here we go. All right, has anyone else popped in since I've gotten up here? Does not look like it. Okay, so I'm only going to be focusing mainly on 2 hills today. I'm not going to be focusing on the front one because the front one is pretty much still needs more paint applied to it. And I'm not going to be able to do that until I continue more plaster going around. So the 2 hills that I'm going to be mostly focused on today is the one between and this one here. So we're going to put some paper up, kind of right there. Oh, first thing I need to do is take this bad boy out. There we go. And we'll lay that back kind of offset. And I've got some painter's tape here, so I'm thinking painter's tape might be okay to gently put on the backdrop. Yeah, it looks like it should be fine. As long as I don't press it on there too much. Eric, you're actually wrong. It's not R. It's a love for the sea. I don't know if anybody's ever heard that joke. So I got this in the mail the other day. I think I know who sent it to me. And that would be Manny Fernandez, but I don't know for fact. It's just, it came in the mail one day. So, don't know. I typically don't order painter's tape. I mean, I've got plenty of it, but I think he was wanting me to use it on the track for when I paint and stuff. And, you know, hey, if you're good, you got a steady hand, you might not even need it. All right, let's see here. There's the end of it. There we go. All right, so I'm done with the painter's tape. Ships and rocks do not mix at sea. You're absolutely right. But from my understanding, it's the pirates' love for the sea. But I guess you could also make the argument that a pirate's favorite letter is X, because that marks the spot, you know, for the treasure too. So between C, R, and X, those might be a pirate's favorite letter. All right, so first thing I'm going to do, like I said, I've only got one coat of paint here. So we're just going to go ahead and add the second coat. And it's okay if you get your cork road bed and the ends of your ties with paint. Because by the time you ballast, I mean, your ties are down in the ballast. So it'll be completely fine. And on some of these spots, you kind of have to, you know, tap your brush, and that kind of gives it a good texture as well. And that texture is going to be really hard to see on camera. Latches, liquor cabinets. Been hearing about a lot of quakes on the West Coast. What says other than glass breaking, no lost? Who's picks and the booze up? Wah wah. Lynn's over there cracking jokes. So I'm trying to get a good thick coat of this base color on here. And then I'm going to come back and start shooting with those colored primers. Especially more along the sides. All right. Having to move a few things out of the way. Okay. What's up, Chris? Go via, go home. Cockroaches hate black flag. That's funny. All right. So I know that looks kind of spotty right now, but once I get some color on it, you're not going to be able to tell a difference. Edge a little better. Yes, colors, that's right. Oh, some of that, yeah, kind of clumped up. And yes, I will have to go back over this with like a Mod Podge of some type to seal it, to seal it in. You try to stick some of these up there a little better. Hey, what's going on, Roy? See, Roy Hardwick's in the house. And I just dropped the lid. Get a little bit of lighter color. Up here as well. All right. Let's see. I want to shake some of this on there too. I might not be shaking it. I'm gonna have to inch and do it that way. All right, y'all want a closer up look? Hey, we got Melvin Fackler here. We got Dwayne's fork and spoon. All right, so let's see if I can get you a little bit of a closer look and see if we can get it more kind of level down. Now, if I took these off, if I can do it without damaging, does that look a little better? There we go. It's got a little bit. Doesn't look too terrible. It's going to look a whole lot better once I add some trees to it. Yeah, Melvin, me too, man. I'm really happy to see some color being added. And like I said, once I get some trees and stuff, that's going to kind of look good. And what's really neat is you've got this red over here, which is actually part of the backdrop. And then this is that cinnamon color I was telling you about. So, but also this is some of that colonial gray. And then the other, the darker, there's a little bit of that nutmeg right in there. So that's kind of how it's, I mean, it's not a real long process to do. It's, you know, fairly quick. I mean, you do it while the paint's wet. And then later you come back and you'll add all of your ballast and whatnot. So ballasting should always be, you know, last. Well, technically, I think the trees should be last, but yeah. All right, let me get that back up there, and I'm going to take the one that I had. Thank you, Lynn. I appreciate that. Is Dwayne over there blocking people? All right, and I'm just going to put this one up here just to protect this part of the backdrop, so that way it doesn't get hit with overspray. What's up, JD? All right, let's see if I can do this so that way the bucket is not in the way. There we go. So we're going to kind of do the same with this heel, just get it good and wet. And I know there's some flock up underneath, and that is absolutely okay. All right, should be good there. Let's see, there's flock. And I know I am not covering the rails with the spray paint. I plan on cleaning them anyways, so they need to be cleaned. And so actually, this actually kind of makes a really good color for the sides of the rails, actually, that this nutmeg does. And last but not least, we'll add some of this coastal gray. There we go. And I probably should have went ahead and painted farther up in here. There we go. That. So Eric, sounds like Garfield paid you a visit. Hey, Train Fan 120 and Almar, welcome guys. All right. I think I'm done with this shaker bottle. Find out what oh yeah, this is the one I dropped the cap on. Duh. Set that one off over there. I add some of this. Got some up here on the heel. Looks good. Yeah, I'll add some of this here good dark green stuff. Kind of mix it in a little bit. I mean, here's the thing. If you go out into nature, everything is not the same colors. What's up, Joe Rader? I think I'm pretty well pleased with this so far. All right. I got just a little drop of paint here, so I'm just going to kind of smooth it out. I'm not going to be scenicking this area yet. Like I said, I'm straightly focused on this long hill here and this short one here. So Blue Jokes. Rough ends. Okay, the rough ends. So Lenny Kimball is saying that the rough ends always have been. Oh, let's try that again. Here we go. The rough ends have always been good on scenery, but it's defined details that make it pop. You're exactly right. And it's also about the perception of, you know, where you're at. Because like right now, you're kind of more at like a crow's view. So you're at the angle of kind of like a bird flying through the air. And of course, with there being no trees, that it's not going to pop till you get everything in there. But I mean, this, for those out in the desert, I mean, this is actually a really good, base paint color to use on that too. I probably wouldn't mix all, the different primers in there. So yeah, Rock Island. So yeah, that's the shirt I'm wearing today is Rock Island. I've got a few different railroad shirts out there. So I do have a cotton belt one. I just not wearing it today. I've got a Mopac shirt too. And these are all railroads that actually ran through my neck of the woods here in central Arkansas. All right. So let's see what it looks like once I move. So here we're going to move the camera back. Close the tripod. If I do not trip over the wire first. There we go. And let's angle y'all up. So from a distance, that don't look too terrible. It'll look better once I get the community ad out of the way. Let me get that out of the way. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Pirate stuff crossover to Rock Island jokes. So Eric, I do plan on sending Sparky 107, 107 an eye patch if I can ever get one. Because I've already sent him a beard since he likes to wear the wigs. So, well, guys, I appreciate it. So, yeah, like I said, all I do is I paint a base coat on here first. Of course, don't put your hand in wet paint. Otherwise, you get paint all over your hands. Let that first coat, fully not getting it yet. REB not getting it yet. I get it. The R on the shirt, the crazy pirate beard. I get it, Eric. Oh, Container Man, that is such a great idea. Send him a peg leg too. You've already sent him the bandana, so that would actually really work. All right. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So, like I said, base coat, first coat, let it dry, be done with it. Come back, put, the second base coat while the paint's still wet. Spray, some different color earth tones to go in with it, especially if it matches kind of your backdrop. And then from there, while the paint is still wet, go ahead, put your flock, your underbrush, your good night, Digger. Take care, buddy. And whatever else that you're going to put on there. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to let all this paint dry. I will come back and use a gloss Mod Podge mixture. It's probably going to be like 40% Mod Podge, 60% water with a couple of drops of IPA or Dawn dish soaps. I've been told is good to do as well. and then just kind of spray that on top of it. So that way it'll just, hold everything in. And then I'll come back, I'll do the ballasting. I'll probably actually paint the track, then come back and do the ballasting. And then, of course, put all my Rick Baileys, on the layout. So Rick Baileys being my trees. So, which I've got the stuff for it. I've got the stuff to make it. I just haven't done it yet. So, but I'm not really at the point of doing it yet. So other than that, that's pretty much where I'm at. I just kind of wanted to share this technique with y'all while I had a little bit of time. So I think what I'm fixing to do now is I'm gonna go get some dinner. So that way I don't miss Sidetrack Sunday over on Ray Boebel's channel. So no clue what he's got planned tonight. No clue at all. Thanks, Lynn. You'll love what I've got planned. Rick will be making an appearance on this layout in some form or fashion. I don't know exactly how yet, but he will be making an appearance on this layout. But yeah, needless to say, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. So make a layout with an actual mini Rick Bailey mini fix. Container Man, you're just gonna have to wait. You will just have to wait. So, but I think if I continue doing some more of the plastering stuff over here on this side, I'll show you how far I've gotten with the backdrop out. See if I can move the paint without getting paint on myself, because I seem to do that pretty well often. All right, so that's where the plaster ends. I've got a little bit more screen going here, but now I've got to start working the screen forward, because as the track's going to come out of this hole there, which would be right here, that's going to be a little more difficult to kind of, to hide the trains going through the holes. These two holes are going to be easy, because that's what the hills are for. Oh, okay, hold on. What was this? Ray does not plan anything for STS. Exactly. I think the only ones that actually plan stuff is me, Heath, John. Well, Heath is sometimes. Sometimes Heath will plan stuff, and sometimes Heath doesn't. John for sure, myself, and Rick. They all plan things. Eric, I actually know some places like that. Yes, the hills do have eyes. I could take you to a few places in my state, and you would thought you was in the movie Deliverance. Yeah. And there's probably a lot of, I don't know what would be the right term. Inbred, I think that might be what it's called, is there's some inbreds in those hills too. So, but anyways, yeah, that's going to be the next step. I'm just trying to get the back done so that way I can slowly focus, because actually where I'm at right now, I'm in the middle of the bench work. I'm going to put in Acme Brick company here. So we're going to have a company actually making brick, which would be really good because there's clay deposits locally. So that's going to be pretty neat. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Can take you a few hours north and you'll be in Area 51. I'm assuming Lynn is talking about Eric on that one. So James Galton is saying Sidewinder Sunday is Ray's channel. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know what Ray plans. I don't even think he has a plan. He just gets on there and talks, and somehow I think wherever the chat goes, he goes with it. So yeah, that's probably the best explanation for Ray. Area 52, 53, and 54. Okay. I'm sure there's a lot more than 54 areas. So, all right. Enough looking at me. Let y'all look at the prettiness. Maybe if I back the tripod up some, you can see the paint bucket with the brush. So yeah, we got color. We got some green, kind of a cinnamon color, a gray that kind of looks, got a little bit of purple in it. I think it looks good. I don't know about y'all. Oh, you talking about the beautiful? Yeah, Rory, the beautiful is somewhere in the house. I think she's working on her business, so don't. I'm sure she'll be tuning in tonight on Sidetrack Sunday. So for those who have never attended a Sidetrack Sunday, definitely Ray's is one of the better ones to join because of the. He is I would say he's probably the nuttiest one out of all of us. I'm sure John would agree with that one since, Schuylkill River Valley in the chat, he's also one of our fellow STS members. I think he would agree that Ray is probably the nuttiest out of all of us. So, Jason, you need 153 subs to reach 1,000. That is the goal, James. That is the goal. And John, thank you so much for posting that link up there for Ray's channel. Much, much appreciated. And thanks, Rory. I really appreciate that too. So these are methods that were taught to me by Craig Christensen, who is the owner of Arkansas Traveler Hobbies up in Bulldog, Arkansas. He's the one who actually taught me how to do all of this. So this is his methods that I'm just replicating. So okay, Roy, you have a very valid point. You have a very valid point. Rick might be the nuttiest when it comes to nuts on the tree. Let's say Ray is the most unpredictable. Let's go that way. Because the only thing that you can predict on Ray's live stream is that it's going to be funny, but you can't really predict what it's going to be like. So yeah, we'll go with that. All right, well, I'm going to get on out of here. Y'all be safe. I appreciate y'all watching and learning and let me pass my methods on to y'all. So I will see y'all tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern over on Ray's channel and have some good fun. So be safe out there. Take care. Happy railroading.